position too. We know how good he is at road racing, and as the people have eliminated themselves and it's got down to this, he's put himself in a great position, Adam.
0-5 there, Harrison Burton, Dean Thompson. Thompson had never been here, and Thompson's teammate at Sam Hunt Racing, just outside the top 10 on the restart, is Cass Gralla. Been a very entertaining afternoon. There's a chance the best is yet to come. Here we go, green once again, Watkins glen.
He saw Austin Hill spin the tires on that restart, trying to make sure that he could stay beside Connor Zillich. You see how aggressive Austin Hill gets here and out into turn one. Look at the 18.
Oh, the 21 into Connor Zillich, who goes wide. 21 Hill in the lead. Michael McDowell comes through, and Taylor Gray is there as well.
Look at the 88, lost 5 positions into turn one. We saw the 21 give him a little bit of a nudge.
And we got a caution for debris.
And 18 came up really short on that whole contact. It looked like he was actually maybe going to come out with the lead, but when Connor had to chase it up the racetrack, the 18 was on his outside. That's a hubcap.
Yeah, over bus stop area.
Somebody's going to have oh yeah, it's just the cover.
This is caution number 6.
I want some 88 radio now. Let's hear kind of his perspective on that.
Well, you know, it's interesting. Austin Hill said before the race today, I'm not changing who I am. I'm aggressive, I'm hard-nosed, I'm a roll-up-your-sleeves kind of guy. And we know, what happened at Indy, and there you saw the aggression. And I'm not implicating anything here by saying that. I'm just, noting that he is someone that is going to go get after it.
You see right here, Austin knew that the 88 had beat him on the restart. I think Connor's a little easy getting in the corner based on seeing the 18 be able to get to the outside, and then you see the 88 and the 18 both trying to get back on the racetrack and lost all their momentum. And listen, I'm with you. Is like that's racing really hard. Connor had overslowed the corner. Austin Hill knows his chance to win today is to move that 88 out of the way. That is racing. That's part of it. We'll see how the 88 retaliates or how he races when he gets back. Let's hear kind of his perspective on what he had to say here.
I sure love wrecking people. Yeah, he just flat running the back of you. So you'll be back to him.
I agree, 100%. That's what that's exactly. I think the way everybody sees it, I think Austin Hill will tell you that as well. I mean, he knows that's his chance to win. The 88 is in a different league when it comes down to speed, but there's still plenty of time left for Connor to get back up there, and we've seen him pass him once, and I no doubt that he'll be able to do it again.
Mentioned the fact we had 7 cautions in this race last year, had a couple of overtimes, and it's just crazy to me how you get down to the end. We saw it with the trucks yesterday evening. Everything just changes from an aggression level standpoint, and that's when you can start to build the caution load. Let's hear from Shane Van Gisbergen, and here's Dylan.
He is out of the infield care center, and we'll get his thoughts. So the 88 caught you quick, and then you held him off for a while. But what's your take on how it ultimately ended?
Yeah, not ideal. Pretty gutted, really. Gutted for the junior motorsports guys. Our car wasn't great, but we still had managed to get ourselves in good position and looked great. Kubota had some cool guests there. Yeah, pretty average way to end it.
Do you feel like you left him the proper amount of room to be raced clean?
I haven't seen it yet, so I'll watch it later and work it out, but I don't know yet.
Thanks, Shane.
But it's always hard from his perspective until you see a replay to comment on exactly what happened. I sensed a little frustration there, like he felt like he didn't do anything wrong. I do think when he goes back and sees that it clearly wishes that he had left a gap there for Connor to get back on his inside.
Let's go back now under caution and watch Connor Zillich here.
Well, maybe just sensing a little bit of frustration. Maybe just going up to tell him he's number one, right?
Could very well
say hello.
This is not be the last time we see these two together here.
That's when your spotter's screaming. You use your head. You see just a little bit of contact there. That's just frustration on Connor's part. make you feel better in the moment.
Now we go Austin Hill radio.
Was I getting pushed there or no? Did I just blow it? I was just you and the 88 there landing into the corner after you guys made contact. The 11 gave you just a little push there, late exit, but all is good.
I think Austin was referring to the initial contact, which he was not getting pushed. It did look like Connor overslowed that corner, being a little more cautious, judging off of the 18 being on his outside, but no pushing there.
Austin Hill, who's won here in the trucks, looking for his first road course win. Michael McDowell, last time he raced in the Xfinity Series, 2016, a winner at Road America. And driving that 11 car for Colleague, you know, they made the announcement about 10 days ago that they were going to release Josh Williams and go just on a fact-finding mission on where their program was and put some Cup drivers in it and see where they are down the stretch of the regular season. Carson Hocevar 6 last week at Iowa. McDowell's been fast today. Justin Haley will drive the 11 in a couple of weeks' time at Daytona on a Friday night there. Haley's had a lot of success with Colleague over the years, especially in the draft. Then you go, you know, on back a little bit. Taylor Gray running third. And this team has been so close so many times, including on the road course at Mexico City when he finished second. He comes in with a nice advantage over the cut line. Certainly got a great shot to make it into the playoffs, but they want to win. And he's got a chance to do it here today, despite the fact that they lost ground on that pit stop earlier when it wouldn't free fire and he killed the engine coming off. But unfortunately, they lost the spots there, but they've gained them back. And he's in third. Sammy Smith's won this year, and then you get back to the end of the top five, and Connor Zillich, who's going to try and come from behind to get it done for a second straight year at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, Taylor Gray's done a great job. Looks like they're coming to the choose here now. McDowell's going to line up on the front row with Austin Hill. Be curious to see Taylor Gray knowing how Austin Hill got the lead. Like, do you race the same way? Like, what do these guys choose to do? And unfortunately, when you get down to the end of these, still have 12 to go, have 11 to go, and we get to the line, it gets really aggressive. You see it every year when you come here. There's you know, everybody trying to get every inch, and normally this I would guess that this would not be the last caution we're going to have today.
Now, you talk about that regular season championship, 16 points separating three drivers coming in. Row 3, Mayer, Zillich, a part of that mix, and then right behind him in row 4 is Justin Allgaier. Big story to follow toward the end of the race. Austin Green, he's just a top 10 machine when we go road racing, driving for Jordan Anderson. Going to restart on row 5 with Dean Thompson, who's looking for another top 10 over at Sam Hunt Racing in his rookie campaign. 11 laps to go when we get the restart. Hill, McDowell out front.
See the 8's going to give the 11 a little bit of a push here down into turn 1. They exit this corner. McDowell's going to have to give him a little bit of room. Can he get the power down, though? Keep the momentum up. It looks like he can.
Look at Zillich coming through on the inside.
Oh, McDowell to the lead from the outside of turn 1.
Michael McDowell to the point. Hill to second. Sammy Smith is third, and there's Zillich up to fourth. He got around Taylor Gray, and Mayer trying to do the same.
Yeah, see if Zillich can get inside of his teammate, Sammy Smith here, getting into the bus stop. Get back in line. Michael McDowell, what a restart for him from the outside. turn inside of him at the top of the hill. Deep breath, Connor. Deep breath.
Look at Taylor Gray mounding through the dirt, exiting the bus stop.
Yeah, the concern there is how much got in the radiators. You see Austin Hill and McDowell still going at it with each other. Those two raced each other so hard, Adam. I don't even know if they saw Zillich coming that as quick as he was.
Just remarkable what Zillich is able to do. I thought the car was compromised after the contact, lost the race lead, and it appeared for the first time today he was human. But he's able to rally on a restart, grab the top spot back. 9 laps to go, he is in charge.
See a little bit of a lockup on that right front from Connor. They're warning him right there of that. Sometimes you can't feel that, and so they just will tell you to remind you, like, be careful. That inside tire tends to be the one that always locks up. Austin Hill is a little bit vulnerable right now. Looked like he had, I thought, the third best car when the 88 and the 9 were out in front, but it just seems like after this restart, the 21 car struggled a little bit.
And we referenced all those drivers going for the regular season championship, restarting inside the top 10. Mayer still up there in the top 5. Allgaier has fallen outside the top 10 and continues to fade. He just went from 12th to 15th. So Zillich has done a great job today, hanging in. Look, big crash. McDowell, Zillich. There was contact with Austin Hill. Taylor Gray got a piece of it.
Oh, slow down, guys. Oh, the contact.
What's that guy doing?
Josh Bilicki.
I mean, why would he do that? You okay? Yeah. I mean, oopsie.
We talked earlier about how narrow this portion of the racetrack is and some of the big crashes we've seen here. And now another complete carnage between turn 5 and 6 in Watkins Glen.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to go back and see, similar to the Retzlaff Creed incident, right? Like, we saw Austin Hill get really wide right there and then coming back on. It looked like he caught the back end of McDowell's car. And I heard someone say he hooked me, but I couldn't make out who we were listening to right there. But the amount of cars, some of those, it was crazy to me, Adam, that they had this massive wreck, and you saw a lot of guys slow down, and then some guys way in the back, never slowing down, and just like driving into the wreck, like their spotters hadn't told them what was going on up ahead of them.
Preston Pardis parked there. Ryan Sieg, Kyle Sieg, Jesse Love, Ryan Ellis, Jeb Burton, Anthony Alfredo.
Tell you that we have seen like super speedway type wrecks in this section of the track. Watch Austin Hill. He is behind McDowell. He's going to swing way wide right here. We saw this. And then it's like when Austin's trying to, he caught the back of McDowell right there. And then you can see that the visibility goes away. I don't think that's intentional, Adam. I think that is Austin running wide, trying to get back on the racetrack, and very similar to what we saw with Retzlaff. I know there's going to be some frustrated people. Oh, look at those guys that have slowed down behind, and others that just came piling in there.
It's just crazy how tight this area is. It just funnels down. And once you get a driver out of shape in this portion,
McDowell's wreck is massive right
there's
there.
nowhere to go. And the impact was just crazy for McDowell.
Wow. Who drove into the wreck back there?
Bilicki was the one, I think, that got his wheels off the ground. But it was hard to tell what was happening behind him.
Well, this would be a good perspective right here if it swings around. You see the 21 get to the outside. Yeah, and you see they're just all trying to get back into the line, back on the track. Adam, you almost gotta wonder as we watch these wrecks if you need it out of bounds, right? Like, that's really rough over not the racing surface, but it's legal, and you can go out there. This would be a good perspective from Eckes. He's going to make it through this. Oh, this wreck.
Just all the debris. It's bouncing around the track, floating through the air. This is just a spectacular scene here.
Look at that.
To see the emergency equipment there, all the crashed race cars, and all the safety officials that are there tending to the drivers to make sure everyone is in fact okay. Here's Austin Hill radio.
The body, man. I hope he's okay. I'm sitting there like at his left rear quarter. I don't get it. Yeah, that was a hard lick. I was just trying to get to his left side there on the exit.
16 cars involved in this crash that has led us to a red flag with 8 laps to go at Watkins Glen.
Look at that 11 car. Whole back clip is gone off of it. Massive impact into that Armco barrier.
When you go back and you reference same area of the track as when we had the incident with Sheldon Creed and Parker Retzloff, the difference there is that we had been under green for quite a while, and so the field was far more spread out. And we just had a restart a couple of laps ago, and so everyone was still tight and racing so hard for position. And that's the reason, once you get in this area and you get one turned around, there's just nowhere to go. You can't escape. And that's what led to what we see here, all this debris.
Adam, one thing to keep in mind is that section of the racetrack, the spotters are actually over at the bus stop, which is before the carousel. So you have a set of spotters there. You're not on your own, but you kind of are on your own at that section of the racetrack. And I think if you're in McDowell's position, you know, you're looking ahead, not thinking someone's going to get to your outside. And I feel like it's almost an identical situation that we saw with Creed and Retzloff, where someone got to that left rear trying to get to their inside, and as they come back on the track, it's rough. You're going over those curbs, and both of those cars got hooked, but I don't feel like either of those were like, I'm going to get you right here. I think it's a racing incident. It's unfortunate that it's led to two. I mean, Sheldon's wreck was big as well, but that impact for McDowell was on another level.
7th caution of the day leads to a red flag. Contact coming out of turn 5. The 11 is Michael McDowell, who comes across the racetrack and just hammers the barrier. And for so many behind him, nowhere to go. And keeping in mind, these are drivers that were running inside the top 5, top 10. Austin Green sneaks through, Christian Eckes, Carson Quapple. But some of the others behind him, not so fortunate. A lot of cleanup on the way at Watkins Glen. We'll take a break and come back. You're watching the NASCAR Xfinity Series on CW.
Harbor Freight tools keep getting better with time. Better performance, better durability, better value. Come on in and see for yourself. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
If you're living with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis or active psoriatic arthritis, symptoms can sometimes hold you back. But now there's Skyrizi, so you can be all in with clear skin. With Skyrizi, you can show up with 90% clear skin. And if you have psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi can help you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clear skin and better movement. And that means everything. Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
When you wash with Snuggle, your loved ones will feel at home. On center stage, at the school dance, or away from home. Cuddly softness, long-lasting familiar freshness. That's the Snuggle promise. Snuggle, the comfort of home.
There's news. And there's good news. Like thousands of patients receiving free, life-changing surgeries. From volunteer doctors and nurses on hospital ships. All made possible by kindness. We love good news.
You can run the perfect race.
Denny Hamlin leading the pack on the final lap.
And then, boom. That's true in racing and life. When debt hits hard, National Debt Relief helps you take control, so you can pay less than you owe in less time than you think. When life wrecks your finances, National Debt Relief helps you get back on track. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started today.
Red flag is out at Watkins Glen. Just had the largest crash ever in the Xfinity Series here. 16 cars involved. It happened between turns 5 and 6. Austin Hill racing for position with Michael McDowell. There's contact and just nowhere for drivers to go in this portion of the racetrack.
Yeah, one thing, Adam, that I think is worth pointing out is this right here that I circled is the spotter stand. The wreck has actually happened right down here. So their vision from the stand, you can't see anything there. So the spotters stand over there because you see a lot of passing over here into the bus stop, coming out like into this early section of the carousel. They can manage that. But the drivers, I mean, once you get to this middle section right here, you're on your own. You're kind of your own spotter inside of the car. And I think that's why you've seen like both of those incidents where somebody trying to get to the outside. I mean, it's obviously super hard racing, but I don't think that anyone is like we listen. Austin Hill 2 weeks ago at Indy got suspended for hooking somebody, and it looked intentional, and that's what I said. And I know Austin has denied that, and he's the only one that knows. But when I look at this scenario or Parker Retzlaff's, I know there's emotions from other teams and other drivers who are involved in this that are mad, but I don't have a biased opinion. I call things the way that I see them. And when I look at that, I don't see that as a I'm going to hook you into this wall. I think it's a racing incident, and it's unfortunate, and I hate it for Michael McDowell, this massive impact he had. But I don't think that Retzlaff's intention or Austin Hill's intention in this incident was to try to hook somebody or turn them around at that section of the racetrack. I just don't see it happening.
Here's the good news. All the drivers that were involved were able to climb, from their race cars. They'll all go to the care center and get evaluated, but we're glad that they were all able to climb out. The field sits here on the back straightaway just short of the bus stop, waiting for everything to be cleaned and cleared so we can go back under caution. Scary, scary moment here at Watkins Glen. And here it is one more time. Coming out of the carousel. And once Michael McDowell caught the inside wall, just thrown into that outside barrier, and he collects so many behind him. Red flag is out here at Watkins Glen in the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
We called him out for 2 weeks ago.
No, I think
You deserve the best. At Harbor Freight, you can afford it. Performance, durability, affordability. Only one place does it all. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
If you're living with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis or active psoriatic arthritis, symptoms can sometimes hold you back. But now there's Skyrizi, so you can be all in with clear skin. With Skyrizi, you can show up with 90% clear skin. And if you have psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi can help you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infection. infections or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Sky Rizzy, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Sky Rizzy. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
This sweater? New? No. I've washed it 30 times with Persil. The color's still vibrant for late. Alcohol. Outside. It's vibrant wash after wash. Clothes look newer for longer with Persil.
We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family. And yours. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. Thanks to generous supporters, we're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
You can run the perfect race.
Denny Hamlin leading the pack on the final lap.
And then, boom. That's true in racing and life. When debt hits hard, National Debt Relief helps you take control, so you can pay less than you owe in less time than you think. When life wrecks your finances, National Debt Relief helps you back on track. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started today.
Cleanup continues here at Watkins Glen. A little repair to the barrier there on the inside of the racetrack going on as well. And this is one of those times you just have to salute all of our safety workers, because you never know when the moment's going to come when you have to jump into action, and they have all done an outstanding job of getting to all these drivers and executing the plan here in this situation so well. Now let's hear from William Sawalich, one of those drivers that had to go to the infield care center. Here's Dylan.
That's right, Adam. The drivers are starting to be released here at the care center. So what was your vantage point of that, and could you see anything to try to miss that?
Not really. I didn't even know what I hit until I saw the replay, and apparently I hit a tire flying through the air. So that's just our year's luck, but it is what it is. The boys brought a good Sound Gear GR Supra that was as fast as 30 mobile, so we had some good battles throughout the day and just really good speed no matter what happened to us in the race. We had really good restarts and just can't be prouder of our team.
Yeah, and just to expand on that, it has been a obviously work in progress. We've talked about it a lot with you, but this was a run that you were up front all day. How proud are you of the effort, even though the result is not going to be there?
Yeah, I mean, really proud. I've been working on road courses this whole season, working with Jack Hawksworth in the Toyota simulator, so that's been very beneficial for me, and just anything I can do to learn, I'm trying to apply.
Glad you're okay.
That was crazy, the replay, and we were just breaking down some of what happened there during our commercial break, and we saw what it was that got the 18. Looked like Sawalich might get through there, and that tire just comes down and destroys the front end of his race car. We'll watch it again here. 18 coming in your picture there, and boom.
You see that tire get right in the center of the hood. You know, when you have a wreck like that in front of you, you see some of those guys come in, they're way too fast, but you don't know, you don't expect a road course to be completely blocked, but as you mentioned, it kind of funnels down right there, and I don't think anybody expected that we were going to have that massive of a wreck.
Well, we talk about it so many times, and just how the level of aggression, the intensity, it changes. Just human nature. It's natural in NASCAR. When you get down to the closing laps and you see it out there in front of you, you want to go get it, and that's what everybody's doing there, and it's hard to turn that off once you get it going. And for so many, just wrong place, wrong time, nothing they could do. Connor Zillich, after all of this, sits out front and waits to get back under yellow and eventually the green flag. Here's what the race leaders radio is saying.
Think about this restart. It's only, you think, 21 drives through him again? There's a good chance. I don't think we can be left. He's going to drive it to our door, but he's behind us. We can't stop it. I think hopefully he chooses left, and we just keep him beside us. It's got there a bit.
I would want him beside me, but he was beside him on the last restart, and Connor did such a good job that
that he cleared him, and that's what allowed the 21 to get behind him. I mean, it's almost like you got to think that Austin won't do that twice. But if I'm zillich and I do feel that way, if Austin picks beside me, I probably don't get as good of a restart. And I make sure that he gets to stay beside me a little bit more heading down into turn one. So then I get to control my own destiny. When you get to turn one, then I can watch him wide. I just would hope that he doesn't pick directly behind me. I feel pretty good about having my teammate there. You see the 8 car who maybe, would pick behind most likely if Austin goes to the outside. But that's really all you can do is just try to keep him beside you down into turn one if you're worried about him moving you out of the way again.
Here's Kim.
Here with Marty Lindley, crew chief for Connor Zillich. We heard a little apprehension on the radio in terms of the choose and what Austin Hill's going to do on the restart. Is there any hesitation when you think about restarting here around the 21?
Well, sure. I mean, the last one didn't go well for us. He shipped us off in a corner there. We lost 4 or 5 spots. So we got to survive turn one here. If we can survive turn one, I think we'll be in good shape.
You and I talked this morning just about how you've tried to drill into Connor about being methodical when he gets caught in traffic. Obviously, an untimely caution kind of spoiled your strategy. He found himself in traffic, worked himself through that. How would you kind of grade him on how he's matured here in this race?
He's done a good job. I mean, for the most part, all the fenders are on. There was a little bit of contact with SVG, and I hate to see that, but I think SVG thought he was clear and just didn't give Connor no room to get back onto the track. So I thought he's drove a great race. He's been a dominant car all day, and I just hope he finishes off.
Good luck.
Thanks.
That's Marty Lindley. This team, the 88 team, looking for their 6th win of the season, Dylan.
And Kim, Michael McDowell has been released from the Infield Care Center. Great to see him out here after a hellacious crash there. So you said you've seen a little bit of the replay. I think we'll show it again here, but what's your view on what happened?
Yeah, I don't want to say anything dumb because you can tell you go back and watch it all, but I felt like I got 2 good restarts there and was able to take the lead clean. I didn't rough up the 21 at all. I didn't feel like, but it just kind of felt like he kept trying to move me there in the carousel, and then there, I can see here. I mean, he was never going to get alongside you there. I was all the way out, and he wasn't even alongside. Just turned me. So yeah, it's unfortunate. I hate it for everybody at Cog Racing. We was trying to get a trophy there and had a couple shots at it. We had Bailey Zimmerman here actually at the racetrack hanging out, and was hoping to get them the victory lane, and just unfortunate, but that's racing, and thankful to everybody at Call and Chris Rice and Matt Call, again, Ty Norris for letting me do it. I was trying to do a good job for him there, but it's not how we wanted to finish.
Yeah, I know the result is not going to be what you want, but did you enjoy getting back in the Xfinity Series and racing today? Was it fun for you?
Yeah, it took me about 30 laps to get it figured out and get the timing of it. The cars just drive so different compared to the next-gen cars, so it took me a little while, but then I got the rhythm and felt like I was executing the race starts in the brake zones and doing all the thing I needed to do, and it just didn't work out.
Thanks for your time. Glad you're okay.
We've always said Watkins Glen is the super speedway of road courses, and we've had some super speedway size crashes here, and we talk about this area of the racetrack, and unfortunately it's not the first time for Michael McDowell. Cup Race 2014, and this is just unreal. Driving the 95, he and Ryan Newman get together. Newman hits about where McDowell did, or not too far off of it, and then wow, just incredible.
Well, this is when you really get a sense of what the speed is here. And Adam, I would just go back as we listen to that interview from Michael McDowell. I'm with him. I just want to make clear that when we analyze these wrecks, I agree with Michael that there was really no place for Austin Hill to go. Like trying to get to the outside, you're gonna run into dirt. What I was trying to get across is I don't think it was malicious or intentional of Austin Hill, like I'm going to get to his outside hooking. And there's a big difference there, because what people have been in trouble for in the past is when you see someone intentionally hook someone in the right rear and turn them into the wall. Intention is everything in this situation. I don't know that Austin Hill made the best decision right there. It was obviously a poor decision, but it's a decision he made. But I don't think his intention when he got out there was that he was mad at Michael McDowell and I'm going to hook him right here. And there's a really big difference in those two, and the way that we view them, the way that NASCAR views them. And I think the way, if you're at home watching this on TV, I know that there's a lot of people frustrated and upset with the outcome of this. But when you look at intention, it's everything in this scenario. Was it a great decision? No. But I don't think that Austin Hill's intention at that point was to hook him.
And Michael McDowell is okay. And it's great that he's come from the infield care center after a very, very scary crash here at Watkins Glen. We continue under the red flag as cleanup and repair happen at Watkins Glen. Stay with us on CW.
When you wash with Snuggle, your loved ones will feel at home. On center stage, at the school dance, or away from home. Cuddly softness, long-lasting familiar freshness. That's the Snuggle promise. Snuggle, the comfort of home.
45 minutes is all it takes to take a lunch break, stream your favorite show, chat with mom. But for a child born with a cleft condition, that's the time it could take to heal their smile. With your help, Operation Smile can reach thousands waiting for a cleft surgery. One that gives a new smile in as little as 45 minutes and transforms a life forever. Scan or go online today.
Back to the game I love. It's great to be able to keep up with the guys again. It's why I wanted more from my symptomatic obstructive HCM. So I asked my cardiologist about Camzyos. With Camzyos, my symptoms have improved, and I can be more active now. It's a difference I can feel, and they can see, and she can too.
Camzyos works by targeting what's causing OHCM, and it's proven to reduce obstruction in the heart 4 times more. Camzyos may cause serious side effects, including heart failure that can lead to death, a risk that's increased with serious infection, irregular heartbeat, or with certain other medicines. Do not stop, start, or change medicines or dose without telling your doctor. You must have echocardiograms before and during treatment. Seek help for new or worsening heart failure symptoms. Camzyos is only available through a restricted program. Before taking Camzyos, tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and current or planned pregnancy. Camzyos, first in its class to treat symptomatic OHCM.
It's great to be playing again. Ask your cardiologist about Camzyos. What causes a curve? Is it Peyronie's disease? Is there somebody I can talk to for help?
I got somebody for that.
I got somebody for that. I got somebody for that.
You guys got somebody for Peyronie's disease? There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease, or PD. A urology specialist who treats PD can help you create a plan, including non-surgical options. Find somebody today at gogetsomebody.com.
This sweater? New? No. I've washed it 30 times with Persil. The color's still vibrant for late. Alcohol. Outside. It's vibrant wash after wash. Clothes look newer for longer with Persil.
Under the red flag, Watkins Glen, big crash happened between turns 5 and 6. Connor Zillich leads, Austin Hill second. And he was a part of the contact when everything broke loose there, coming out of the carousel. Let's visit with driver 21 now.
Hey, Austin, it's Jamie and Adam in the CW booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, well, we've been able to watch quite a few replays up here. You know, massive wreck over there heading up to turn 6. Just give us your perspective of kind of what happened there leading out of the carousel and trying to get to Michael's outside.
Yeah, the 11 has been struggling a little bit in front of me for a few laps through the carousel, across the middle and the exit, and I thought if I got a big enough run, I might can get to his left side and kind of have positioning getting into the left-hander 10, and you know, I obviously haven't seen the replay, but I don't know if I just went far enough along beside him. I know the grass was coming up. We were running out of real estate there. Hindsight, I probably should have just lifted, got back in line, and lived to fight another corner. I hate it for everyone involved. That's definitely not what I wanted to happen coming back from what we had going on. So, yeah, I mean, all we can do is get it behind us, put our head down, and still in a shot to win this thing. So I just got to get my mind right for this up to the restart.
Yeah, is that an area that you've been able to make some passes maybe earlier in the race and made that move work?
Yeah, I mean, I was getting good runs off the corner a few times and could get, mainly I would get to people's right side, and that, you know, that time I ended up getting to his left side. Thought that it could work. You know, we obviously don't have a ton of spotters around here. I don't know if he has a spotter off of that carousel corner. He might not. But as soon as I saw that
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, thanks for talking to us. Really appreciate it. And here, good luck the rest of the race, buddy.
Yeah, we appreciate that from Austin Hill. Let's go down to Dylan.
Yeah, let's catch up with Ryan Singh, who has also been released from the infield care center. So what did you see there? And ultimately now the points are obviously a main focus too, minus 36 as we sit right now. So what do the next 3 races look like for you guys?
No, we're going to have to just kill it in the next 3 races to try to put ourselves into the playoffs. I couldn't see anything, you know what I mean? Just all dust, and then by the time spotter said check up, I was underneath somebody. I don't know what caused it all. Just, I don't know, not a lot of give and take. We'll tend to go, but you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I think I've wrecked more lately, or in the past few years, than I have all my Xfinity career. It's just, it's tough. You can, you know what I mean, hardly race because everybody seems to just get wiped out. Just, we brought a great science forward, just working our way through the field. Just, wasn't the best of cars. We worked on it, got better and better throughout the race, and just tried to put ourselves in a good position to put tires on at the end and try to gain some spots. But just end result was not what we needed.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, Dylan referenced the point situation, and they'd been on such a climb. And unfortunately, the momentum comes to a halt today. Now the pressure is on with what will be 3 races to go as we exit Watkins Glen. They're bringing some concrete over to try and help reinforce the wall where we had the accident between turns 5 and 6. They've already brought in at least one of those concrete barriers to slide in behind the existing barrier that is there. And you know, to do this on the fly is very, very challenging. But you know what a hot spot this area of the track is, and you don't. If you're NASCAR and everyone involved on the safety side, you just can't go back racing until you know you've got everything where it needs to be from a safety perspective.
Yeah, and I can speak from experience because I've hit that Armco barrier actually in the S's. I blew a tire out. And it looks like it gives, but it feels like a concrete wall when you hit it. That impact that McDowell had to cause that much damage. So thankful to see Michael get out and be able to tell us about what happened. That was huge. And
the wall repair continues here at Watkins Glen. We sit and we wait for the finish. It's the NASCAR Xfinity Series on CW.
My moderate to severe plaque psoriasis held me back. Now with Sky Rizzy, I'm all in with clear skin. Things are getting clearer. I feel free to bare my skin, that's all me. With Sky Rizzy, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clear skin at 4 months. And most people were clearer even at 5 years. Sky Rizzy is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Sky Rizzy, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
What if I told you that one of the best things you can do to improve the look and performance of your car can be done for under $20 and in less than 30 minutes?
Fix your cloudy and weathered headlights with Cerakote's #1 best-selling ceramic headlight restoration kit in just 3 easy steps and without power tools. Just wipe, sand, and apply. It's that easy. Cerakote restores and protects, and for as long as you own your vehicle, it's guaranteed. You can trust Cerakote with over 60,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait until it's too late. Buy today for under $20.
Tonight,
Let's get some champions established.
the AVP League storms into Dallas, and the battle to rule the beach only gets hotter
That ball came in so hot.
as the best in the world continue their quest
Pacific Central of the CW.
Hold on tight, because coming up next, the PBR Camping World Team Series premieres on the CW. The top bull riders in the world square off in a high-stakes team format where every ride counts. Tune in to watch the toughest sport on dirt. The PBR Camping World Team Series from Sunrise, Florida, comes your way next on CW.
A couple Indiana boys.
Well, if you can hang on there for 8 seconds, then you get a prize.
Fried chicken.
Whatever series that is, right? Coming to the CW sometime soon. So we're under the red flag here for this wild crash that happened between turns 5 and 6. Connor Zillich is the race leader. Now, he had gotten moved out of the way 2 restarts ago when there was contact, he and Austin Hill. Restarted 5th, gets 1 on the opening lap of the restart, so he's running 4th. And that second lap of the restart, just magic. Watch this. I mean, he gets his teammate Sammy Smith, and you can see McDowell up there racing with Austin Hill, and you just felt like right now is the time for the 88, and boy, did he make it happen.
Yeah, 21 and the 11 run wide. Connor's able to stay, basically on the racetrack right there, and just has the preferred position getting into turn 2, and he's been so good through these S's all race long. You see right here, able to get back in front of the 21, and then this is the move that impressed me. He gets a little bit of a draft off the 11, pulls the inside, just power move down to the inside of the bus stop to get the lead.
4th to 1st, you could call it a lap. It was more like a 4th of a lap, really, when you consider where he started his moves and where he was able to get back on points. So let's dial up driver 88.
Hey, Connor, it's Jamie and Adam in the CW booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Jamie.
All right, well, when I look at the stats, it looks like an uneventful day. 53 laps led, you've been on the pole, but it's been anything but that. You've had a little bit of contact. Is your car, you think, where you need it to be now for the rest of this race?
Yeah, my car is definitely as fast as Xfinity Mobile, and this Dude Motorsports team has no quit. Our Logistics Chevrolet is still really fast, even after a little bit of damage. It's just about getting up front, getting that clean air, and I know if we can do that, we'll be good.
Well, I'm sure Xfinity Mobile appreciates you working that into our interview. I want to ask you about the 21 car. He, obviously was willing to move you out of the way on the 2 restarts ago, got you a little bit behind. You've got a decision to make here again with him. If he picks on your outside, like what's your plan? Like, do you feel like you want to be on the inside, the outside? What's your thought going into this? I know sitting there has to make it hard as well, trying to figure out what the right decision is to do.
Yeah, I sure don't want him on my inside after seeing what he did last time. So I think I just got to do a better job keeping him outside of me. But hopefully he doesn't line up behind me and do the same thing again. But yeah, I feel like I've raced him clean. But as you can see with me and the contact with the 11, he's not trying to do the same.
Do you feel like when you, on that last restart, just kind of us watching, it looked like you were maybe a little careful getting into the turn 1 to make sure you didn't overdrive it? Were you more careful on that restart, and will you change anything up on this one?
I was more so backing it up in case he hit me so that I had a little bit of room to give. But yeah, I don't really know. I think he had his mind set on moving me out of the way, and that's just kind of how it is. So we'll see what happens here. I'm sure it's going to happen again if he gets behind me, but I'll do my best to not let him get behind me and try and get their turn 1 cleanly.
All right, man. Well, it's been fun to watch. The speed of the 88 car all day long today it's been amazing. See how quick you've been. You said this is your favorite track, and I think all of us watching at home know why now.
I'm a little biased.
You talk about that restart where Zillich and Hill got together and the door that can open for other drivers. And I look just at where we're going to be here. And some drivers could pit in this situation. We don't know what's going to happen once we go back under the caution flag and pit road is open. But just as they sit on track right now under the red, you got Sammy Smith there, who's in position in 3rd. You got a great race car, been fast today, could take advantage. Sam Mayer, who's won here at Watkins Glen, obviously won last week at Iowa. We know what he's capable of in the 41. But then start looking behind them. What a day that could be had here if you're Austin Green, who's 5th. Think about what Christian Eckes has been through. Really good in practice, been good on the road courses this year, the rookie driver. And then he has the incident late in practice, can't even make a qualifying run. through some strategy, got in the top 15, but then they have an unscheduled pit stop, lost a lot of ground, but he finds himself 6th late. You got Carson Quapple up there in 7th looking for his first career victory. Harrison Burton, we know everything that's on the line for him. Justin Allgaier is 9th, and I think about Justin, and, this team has really struggled in the last 6 or 7 weeks, but the reigning champion has a chance to make something out of this day. And then the final car in the top 10, as we sit here under red, is Kaz Gralla. Got one start here at Watkins, Glen, a top 5 run driving for Scott Borchetta Big Machine Racing a few years ago, and he's another driver that today has shown a lot of speed, good road racer, and who knows what he might be able to do once we get back racing. And we understand from everyone that's on fence repair detail that we're getting really close to getting everything repaired and done so we can lift the red flag. It's been a wild day here at Watkins Glen, and no doubt a big finish coming. 8 laps to go as we set up the red flag.
Are you sick of tire dressings that start out greasy, then quickly fade and brown over time?
Introducing Cerakote's Rapid Ceramic Tire Coat. Cerakote's true ceramic technology has just the right amount of shine and lasts up to 10 times longer than traditional dressings. Just wipe it off to get professional showroom shine without the greasy mess that slings on your vehicle. You can trust Cerakote's #1 selling family of products with over 60,000 5-star reviews.
This is the best tire coat and protectant you'll ever use, guaranteed.
Buy today for under $20.
When you want to feel clean and soft, try new Dial Healthy Hydration Body Wash with skin-friendly ingredients. It deeply cleans and hydrates in one shower for confidence to get closer. Dial up your clean.
An all-American club combo, extra jalapeno, Cheeto likes it hot.
For just $1 more, you can make it a Happy Gilmore meal and get a collectible cup.
Gilmore with his own meal deal? Hey, Shooter, I love your cup. Actually, we're making a Happy Gilmore meal. Soda.
Cerakote revolutionized car care with its #1 best-selling rapid ceramic paint sealer. The unmatched gloss, slickness, and shine that you love now comes with an industry-leading 50-wash guarantee.
Introducing Cerakote's next-generation paint sealer, Rapid Ceramic Platinum. Just spray it on and lightly buff it to get incredible shine and professional results that will help your car stay cleaner longer. Look at the difference. With over 60,000 5-star reviews, you can trust Cerakote. Buy today for under $20.
What if I told you that one of the best things you can do to improve the look and performance of your car can be done for under $20 and in less than 30 minutes?
Fix your cloudy and weathered headlights with Cerakote's #1 best-selling ceramic headlight restoration kit in just 3 easy steps and without power tools. Just wipe, sand, and apply. It's that easy. Cerakote restores and protects, and for as long as you own your vehicle, it's guaranteed. You can trust Cerakote with over 60,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait until it's too late. Buy today for under $20.
Tonight,
Let's get some champions established.
the AVP League storms into Dallas, and the battle to rule the beach only gets hotter
That ball came in so hot.
as the best in the world continue their quest for glory. All summer long. The AVP League, live from Dallas, tonight at 8 Eastern, 5
CW, they're taking on the Oklahoma Wildcatters and JB Moody tonight. Let's go Cowboys, get that win.
Hey, good luck to my squad tonight. Wildcatters, let's get this dub. And JB, go show them who the real Carolina Cowboy is. Let's
go. These two groups of Titans coming up after the race.
All right, back here in Watkins, Glen, starting to pull safety vehicles away. Looks like the fence repair is wrapped up for the most part, so shouldn't be long before we go back under the caution flag. Been under red for quite some time. We'll get an official number when they lift it. Sam Mayer sitting fourth on track and having another good day. Let's dial him up here, Jamie.
All right. Hey, Sam, it's Jamie and Adam in the CW booth. You got it?
Yeah, what's up, fellas?
Well, we're sitting here waiting on the restart. Appreciate you talking to us. You're in a great position right here. I know you've won at this track before. Great road racer. Got two guys that have had a little contact earlier in the race in front of you. Tell us what your thoughts are right now.
Yeah, I mean, we put ourselves in a really good spot here. I feel like we'll kind of watch what happens on the restart and make our decisions from there. So, really proud of everyone on the South Factory team. This all-belt Ford Mustang is certainly tough to extend mobiles. We maybe need to be a little bit faster to catch up to the guys up front as the long green flag run, but short run speed, I feel like we're really good. So, maybe one more caution after this, and we'll be in a really good spot.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you talking to us. Good luck the rest of the race.
Yeah, thanks. God knows we need it.
I would say on this restart, it may not be as much about speed as it is about being right place.
I think survival.
Survival is another word
that comes to my mind as we get down to, what is that? Look at that.
He's looking. I mean, is that a picture through your binoculars?
It is.
I don't want to know what's on the other end of that.
He does.
Oh, my goodness.
It's so hard to sit in those cars waiting on these red flags.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, hot.
But you know what? We've reached the time of the year, and I said this earlier in anticipation of our next race, you know, the drama at Daytona, and then you came right back and said, I think we got plenty of drama here at Watkins Glen. But you look at the last four races in the regular season. Here today at the Glen, in less than 2 weeks, a Friday night will be at Daytona.
It's fun.
It is. I mean, that's such an awesome race under the lights. And then it's off to Portland, another road race. And the unpredictability of road racing. We saw it at Chicago. We saw it at Sonoma. We're seeing it here today at the penultimate race in the regular season. And then we go off to St. Louis, just outside St. Louis, Madison, Illinois, and Worldwide Technology Raceway. A very interesting venue. And it will be very interesting to see just how the cars react in the Xfinity Series to that place and what it bears out being the regular season finale. And after that, we'll know the 12 drivers going for the championship. Here's the standings as of now. Harrison Burton's had a great couple of weeks when you look at his placement around that cut line. Was minus 10 last week, goes plus 17 after a top 5 at Iowa. And as we sit right now at plus 39, creating that insurance that you need when you go to an unpredictable race like Daytona.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. He's almost giving himself a mulligan. When you get to Daytona, you go into those type tracks, drafting style tracks with the 50-50 shot of being able to finish, and he's good at that. Jeff Burton's also good. Ryan Sea's good at those tracks. All those guys right there on the cut line, but Harrison's done a nice job the last 2 weeks of being able to build a little bit of a buffer on that cut line, and he's that team is getting good at the right time of the season to go make a little playoff run.
Going to be just over, maybe right around 5 laps to go. Not sure exactly how all this will net out when we return to the green flag and everybody chasing a trip to Mobile One Victory Lane. The red flag, 45 minutes and 5 seconds. So it took a long time to get the cleanup and repair done, but it is now finished. And, you know, curious to see how everybody handles this. And, you know, if you're those drivers that are out there, do you make a pit stop and put on tires? You know, obviously now you can't work on your car under the red flag. So any of those cars that were damaged now can begin the repair, and you see it happening for Taylor Gray here.
Yeah, and as you look at Taylor Gray's car, the one thing that worries me if I'm zillich is
you want to survive that first lap. Obviously, with we saw with he and Austin Hill earlier. But it's also, when you have a big wreck like that and you've got a lot of cars that are wounded, it really increases the chance that another caution could come out, not because of a wreck, but because of pieces falling off of a car and you're having a debris caution, and then you have to re-rack them again and go through another restart. And this is going to be key to the race, is this first corner for the 88 to see what lane the 21 chooses, and then, however one gets raced when we get down into turn 1.
Justin Allgaier was inside the top 10, going to make a pit stop. Kaz Grala looked like also had pulled off to get service here. Kim?
Yeah, and for Justin Allgaier and crew chief Jim Coleman, there was some debate on the radio whether or not they were going to come. Eddie DeHaan kind of telling them where they would net out if they came down 4 fresh tires. I think he gave up like the 7th or something spot. Thinks they'll net out between 13th and 15th after taking tires. And then just another benefit of putting fresh tires on for these final laps is he did drive through some debris. Now, he wasn't reporting any problems that he felt in the tire, but just as an extra precaution.
Showing over 20 cars on the lead lap. Some damage for Jesse Love. He's got the 2 car from RCR on the pit lane.
Yeah, he has damage on both ends. The back didn't look that bad, but looks to me like there's also a lot of damage on the front of that car.
Over 20 cars on the lead lap, and we talk about the potential for another caution. We get another one now, and we'll have overtime most likely, because you look at the stage of the race we're in and just, how long the caution laps are here, and it just takes a long time to clean things up, or it can. And so, last year 2 overtimes. See if we get an extra session here today. So they open pit road that time around, and we'll do the choose out of the bus stop this time, and we'll be green with 6 laps to go. So executing this as quickly as possible is NASCAR after that red flag and all the cleanup.
Well, we got to think Connor's going to take the inside. He mentioned he didn't want Austin Hill to be on, to his inside, kind of be in control of his race there. The decision's going to be, does Hill choose behind him? I would think Austin's going to choose. We're going to find out next time.
Yeah, we just got where they're at in lap. So it'll be 5 laps to go when we restart things here.
You got to think, if you're Austin Hill, though, you're going to choose the outside to be on the front row, have your best spot. We saw the lead actually get taken from the outside. If you can get a good restart, tires are worn out now. The thing is, Connor's had so much experience of restarting on the front row, and I think that's an advantage, of knowing where he wants to launch. And because of where they put that restart zone, it's before turn 7, and yesterday in the ARCA race and the truck race, you saw a lot of guys hit the wall on the initial start just because they're trying to figure out how much speed you can carry around there. You look right there between those 2 white lines is where you're going to accelerate, and I think it's caught some guys off guard, but Connor's done a really good job being on the inside of being able to get a good, clean launch.
Let's get an update on driver 16, Christian Eckes, having a good day in position for a good day, Dylan.
Yeah, certainly deserve an attaboy. This entire crew does. They had an issue in practice where they got collected in that Shane Van Gisbergen and Sam Mayer scuffle in turn number 1. Didn't get to qualify, and so they started 36. But talked with Christian before the race. He said, this is, I think, the best road course car we've had all year. So was extra disappointed to have to start so far back, but felt like if they could survive some of the calamity, that they were going to have a good race car. So they've done that. They're in position right now to potentially battle it out for the win. And this has kind of been the story of their year a little bit. They have not had very much luck. Alex Jans, the crew chief, said, one day when we're old and gray, I think we're going to look back and laugh about how awful our luck has been this year, but maybe some good luck turning the way of the 16 car here, Kim.
Yeah, it looks like an issue for the 48, Adam.
Yeah, Nick Sanchez under caution, and this is coming out of the carousel, and he's in the tire barrier here.
See your arm.
Wow.
I heard him say, I don't know what broke. He just has no steering right there. Look at that.
It was fine, and then it just went straight. I think he set a left front tire.
Well, it doesn't look to me like the right front was even turning. It's almost like something in the steering broke.
Well, I think about those drivers that made a pit stop. And you want
they want all the laps they can get.
And you lose one, because we were set to go back under the green flag. We thought was 6 to go. NASCAR adds a lap. It's going to be 5 to go, and now this.
Yeah, this is going to take a second to get hooked onto, and fortunately, it's not too far from the pits where they are right there.
We had said if
at least a lap, though.
Yeah, we said if we get another caution, we're looking at overtime. We might get overtime without another caution, depending on how long this takes. So we'll take a break as they pull Sanchez out, and we'll go green when we return. Big finish coming, NASCAR Xfinity Series at Watkins Glen on CW.
If you're living with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis or active psoriatic arthritis, symptoms can sometimes hold you back. But now there's Sky Rizzy, so you can be all in with clear skin. With Sky Rizzy, you can show up with 90% clear skin. And if you have psoriatic arthritis, Sky Rizzy can help you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. Sky Rizzy is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Sky Rizzy, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Sky Rizzy. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Are you sick of tire dressings that start out greasy, then quickly fade and brown over time?
Introducing Cerakote's Rapid Ceramic Tire Coat. Cerakote's true ceramic technology has just the right amount of shine and lasts up to 10 times longer than traditional dressings. Just wipe it on to get professional showroom shine without the greasy mess that slings on your vehicle. You can trust Cerakote's #1 selling family of products with over 60,000 5-star reviews.
This is the best tire coat and protectant you'll ever use, guaranteed.
Buy today for under $20.
Oh, I can ignore that. It's just a reminder to get life insurance, but I can do it later.
We just got our life insurance through Ethos. You could get $1 million in coverage, and it only takes about 10 minutes.
That's not bad, actually.
Check your price today at ethos.com.
My skincare advice? Use All Free Clear Detergent, the #1 brand recommended by dermatologists. It's free from fragrance allergens found in leading scented detergents. Caring for your skin starts in the laundry room. Wash with All Free Clear.
So tomorrow it's the Cup Series racing here at Watkins Glen. Coverage 1:30 on USA. The next weekend, short track racing. Final race in the regular season. Craftsman Truck Series at Richmond. 7:30 FS1. Saturday night under the lights in the Commonwealth. It's the Cup Cars on USA at 7:30 Eastern Time.
The Commonwealth.
There you go.
Richmond, I like that.
Slid that right in there. No Xfinity next weekend. We're back in 2 weeks. CW on a Friday night from Daytona. Today, business unfinished at Watkins Glen. 5 laps to go. Caution is out after a long red flag, and we were all ready to do the choose and get racing again. And Sanchez had the problem with the tire barrier. They have been able to pull the 48 away. Let's go down to Dylan Welch.
And let's give you a Toyota driver update on Brandon Jones, who runs in the 8th spot. I want to go back to a fortuitous comment that he made to me earlier this morning. He said, based on the truck race yesterday and how the end of these Xfinity races sometimes go, I think if we're just in the mix and we can survive, the never give up spirit is going to take us a long way. Well, lo and behold, here he is running in the 8th spot. They haven't had the best car today by any means, but they have fought all day. They've kept their nose clean, not a scratch on that 20 car, and he's in position to have another good run here on the road course this year.
I hate this, but sometimes history repeats itself. He was in a great spot last year, and then, it was crash late, so hopefully that doesn't happen here for Brandon Jones. Won an ARCA race here a few years ago. As we get to choose, going to be 4 to go, and we go green.
How about that? Austin Hill elects not to take the front road, chooses right behind Zillich. Zillich had to be on guard right here, getting into turn one. He talked about backing that corner up a little bit, kind of knowing there was going to be contact. Keep control of your car, see what decisions all these guys make.
Junior motorsports cars have been 1-2 a lot today, but for the most part, it's been Connor Zillich, Shane Van Gisbergen. Now they restart on the front row together, but insert the 8 instead of the 9 Sammy Smith is there and in position.
Yeah, if you're zillich, you got to just hope you get a tremendous launch and that you can get through turn 7 and have a car and a half, 2 car length gap from Austin Hill getting down into turn 1 so you can't get to your rear bumper.
Junior Motorsports has won the last 3 races here at Watkins Glen. They've won 6 in a row on the road, including all 4 in 2025. 4 laps to go. We're green again at Watkins Glen.
Look at Sammy
Smith, able to drive to the lead. Mayer is there as well.
What a restart by the 8 on the out. Oh, he can't get turned, though.
Connor's just there. Car turned around the back. Parker Retzlaff. Zillich back to the race lead as we head up through the S's.
Dude, Sammy Smith had such a great restart, but then the car just like it didn't want to turn. When it got down to turn 1, and Zillich was able to get to his inside up through the... What an eventful race for Connor Zillich's restart has been.
Retzlaff looking for another top 15 finish. He's done it the last couple of weeks. Was 13th when the car got away from him. He's been able to drive away. We stay green.
Quapple and Eckes get together on the exit of the bus stop. Eckes comes in on the wrong end of that deal.
And look at Allgaier on the pressure tires able to drive through. He's making the most of a late rally.
Yeah, we hadn't really talked about tires at all today, Adam, but you're right. Tremendous restart for him. Finds himself in a great position. Going to have a great points day for Allgaier, even though Zillich might go on to win this.
Yeah, Zillich won a stage, so did Justin Allgaier. Allgaier looking for more, racing his teammate there.
Right here, this is on the restart. Or Retzlaff goes around. I couldn't tell, was there contact when it first came on, or he just got loose? You got to think there was probably a little bit of contact, and then this, side by side through the bus stop, never works.
I mean, this is muscling up late in the race. Had 3 cars sideways, just incredible.
And Allgaier in the perfect position right there to pass both Austin Green and Eckes as he got wide.
Battle for second, getting good with 3 to go. Smith has got it. Mayer is there as they head to the bus stop.
You see a little lockup right there from Zillich. He's pushing right now, trying to get that gap.
He wants the gap. He also wants that white flag. You don't want another restart. He's had to deal with it a lot today.
You see Mayer be able to get to the inside, and Sammy Smith right there, maybe a little bit of contact, a nudge on the entry to the carousel. We've seen everybody be pretty vulnerable through that carousel today from the car behind. Great run by Mayer. Look at Allgaier. Oh, he's got a tire off in the dirt a little bit.
Absolutely using all the track. Nearly gets away from him, coming off a 6 to 7.
He got lucky right there with that tire off the dirt. The car just doesn't slow down, using every bit of the track right now.
2 laps to go for Connor Zillich. Huge advantage out front. Now he just needs to pace it. Mayer is second. Sammy Smith is third. Hill has fallen back to fourth. And that battle for fifth continues between teammates Quapple and Allgaier.
And if you're Justin right here, you're going to try to set him up. Get a little bit of a run here at the top of the hill so you can make that pass into the bus stop. It looks to me like the 7's really good at the braking zone. Those tires, a little bit more grip than these guys on older tires. See, Justin, he just can't generate the run he needs in the right area, though, right here at the track.
And you want to race hard, you want to get the position, but you don't want to bring out a caution with your teammate leading coming to the white flag. I'm not sure how much that is on his mind. 4 JRM Chevys in the top 6. Zillich is leading off the carousel.
Yeah, Justin's definitely quicker than Carson. He just can't get the run to be able to use the braking capability that he has right here. Probably trying to get to the inside right here, going into the last turn.
Off of turn 7, back to the white flag for Connor Zillich. And he'll be happy to see this. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
What a day Connor Zillich has had. I know when we talked to him earlier, Adam, it looks pretty easy. 59 laps led, but he has had a little bit of everything happen to him today.
Just so good on the road courses. Think about what a difference a year makes. You talk about the stock being up. A season ago, he came here, first career start, wins the pole, wins the race. A year later, he is dominating in his rookie campaign in the Xfinity Series. 5 wins. He's doing it on the road. He's doing it on ovals. Got Junior Motorsports their 100th victory at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
off the carousel from turn 5 to turn 6. Easily through 6 and over to 7. And now he can make the right-hander back to the checkered flag. The magical ride continues. Connor Zillich, 6th win of the year. He goes back-to-back at Watkins Glen.